Hello Stamper, welcome to Frenchie's video. I'm Franz Martin, independent demonstrator with Stamping Up at FrenchieStamps.com in the United States. Today I'm going to share with you a magical card. I shared that many years ago. I'm going to say the first maybe years that I did video. So I will have the link below for an older video. That's a regular size card, a A2 here, and you see, boom. It's magical, absolutely magical. Well, I wanted to try it with the Beautiful Moments stamp set. I thought that is calling for this. And I got just the front of, see, I'm going to slide it in so you see, boom, oh, right here. And when I pull it up, you just have to make sure when you pull it down that you match your thing. So we're going to do it a little bit tighter this time so it won't be guessing. But voila. And here it's the same thing. So I did a few different sizes and see which one was working better. And then you get the full card. So then you can write in it. So it's the front of the card that the magic is in. First thing you want to do is take a piece of cardstock that measures 5 inch by 10 1/4. It's 5 by 10 1/4. We're going to score this at 3 1/4, and when I go at 3 1/4, I just go right like kind of the line. Let me see if I can put all this in with the camera. So the line is there. I still see the line. I just want to give a little gap when we're going to wrap around. So 3 1/4, 6 1/2. I cover the 6 1/2 completely, and then we're going to go at 9 3/4, and again cover that completely and score. Flip this around. So it's 3 1/4, 6 1/2, and 9 3/4. I will have all measurement, all of them on my blog. So again, this was 5 by 10 1/4. Now we're going to flip this, so the last score is going to be at the top there, and we're going to bring this at 4 1/2. 4 1/2. We're going to score, but from the last score to the second score, we're going to keep that. This, we're going to keep that, the score. We're going to bring this at the second score, so that's going to be like at 4 here on this. Take this, and we're going to cut this completely here, okay? So you want to keep this, that part is just score. We're going to cut this. If you go below your score, that's okay. It's easier to go below than we can cut by hand. Now what I done, it's I take this, go diagonal, right at the bottom to the point where the score there, and then I'm going to cut that right here to where I cut. Oh, voila. And here at the bottom, I just go diagonal completely. See, this is going to get full. So, excuse me. This part here, this is going to be the front of our card here. This is the front. It's going to wrap in. So over here, and it's a reason why it's going to wrap in. We could fold the other way, but it's a reason. Fold, fold, and this is going to go in the center here. So this is going to go this way. Now you see it kind of bow, right? It's just because of the wrapping. So you're going to put that flat here, push, and push. So now you should have a nice flat folding there. The bottom piece going to wrap in. Now let me bring a little piece of attention to you here. If it happened that you fold this, and those two pieces overlap, just take your scissors and cut them. This was not normal that it's right on. So if it's even more, that's okay. You don't want them to, let's say, overlap, because it's going to bulk there. So just open it up and cut a little bit more diagonal. That's it. Now you're going to take this piece here, and where you got the two little flap, the flap on the side, the flap at the bottom, you're going to take the 278, I think. Like I said, all measurement will be on my blog. Yeah, 278 oval. And you're going to put this here, roll this in your machine, and then this is what you're going to get. Okay? Now, from this, also, you're going to take a piece of black. You're going to take the same size oval that you did your frame, your opening, and you're going to use the scallop, and you're going to cut your frame. And then I like to glue that right away, and the reason why I like to glue that right away, it's because in case if it go inside, you don't want to mess that up. Now let's glue this together. I'm looking where I put my glue here. That's funny. Here it is. Sorry, I had to reach under you here. Now let's take our glue and we're gonna glue our frame right away. Oh, I can add more glue in this. Here we go. I could have done a step before this, but that's okay. Here we go. So now we got our framing done around this. Now we're going to do the stamping. I did a little bit in advance just so the coloring was done. I watercolor, so I'm using watercolor paper. If you want to do blends, then you're going to use the thick Whisper cardstock or marker, whatever you like to color with. The base of the card, though, I'm going to say use regular Whisper white. Don't use the thick one because we get 3 layers plus we get 2 layers sliding in. You want the regular Whisper white so it won't be so thick. Now you're going to take this piece here, so you know this is the front and this is going to go there, right? It's going to go this way. So you're going to put that at the top, lift this on the side here, put that here, then you're going to set your whatever the image that you want. In the case I used the girl, and I just put it a little bit below the frame. Then I don't want to press it down because I still have ink. Now you're going to open this up because you don't want to stamp on that. Now again, the stamp set, it's Beautiful Moment. I'm going to put that there. I'm using Stays On because I'm using watercolor. Plus you're going to need Stays On no matter what with this. The reason it's because you got window sheet. Now this was dirty there. Leave that there. And you're going to stamp this. Open this up. Okay, I can use a little bit more there. It's time for me to ring my Stays On. That's why I like to do the corner. I'm a big corner fan with the Stamparatus, so that's why I don't use the magnet. So now I got this one done. Now you would take your watercolor paper or your thick Whisper, whatever you want to use. You can use regular one that you're going to color. So I like to do another layer after it's colored so it's pronounced. I'm going to leave it there. So I would have done that on my watercolor paper, then I color it, and boom. See, it all matched perfectly. These here measure 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. It's important that you start with this measurement. We're going to trim this. And I bet people are going to say, why don't you start with the measurement you need first? The main reason for that is so it's going to match perfectly with this. So I like to start with the same size so I know it will match when we're going to do our magic here. Now we're going to use the window sheet that measured 3 1/4 by 4 1/2. And again, all the supplies I'm using, you can purchase that on my blog. You get the direct link below. I will have all the supplies I'm using for this project all listed on my blog post with the measurement. You can click below. Again, Stays On. This year, you need Stays On. If you use blend, well then to color, you're going to use Memento. or maybe you want just to sponge, then you can use regular. But for the window sheet, you need StazOn to stay on it. And yes, it's going to be sticky like that. I just want to give another little bit, so then it's going to be a deep image. For me, I think this is important, that it is a deep image. Now we're going to take this. Voila. Now if I take this and put this on top, should be the perfect match. Boom. See? So now we're done with this. Now if I take my, I call this the body here. If I take the body and I take this, put this on top, see, it matched perfect. And that doesn't matter, but it matched perfect. Now what we have to do, we have to take a sliver on each side off. And the reason why, it's to give a chance to it to slide. So I didn't start with a sliver off. Again, it was, when I put it on the Stamparatus, it was matching perfect. So I just going to put my window sheet there. When I say a sliver, it's go right here at the line. It's like 1/8 of an inch. I'm going to cut that, turn it around, and do the same thing. And you're going to say, why not take it, oops, I went sideways there. Why not taking it just one side? It's because you want it equally on each proportion. So here, I'm going to put that there. Remove that. If it's not just right, I'm going to show you how to fix that. Because, you know, we just, like I said, it's sliver that we are taking. Enough to slide. Now let's put that on top of this here. It's very good. The little bit there with the window, it's off. We're going to do that at the end. Okay, now you're going to take a piece of Whisper White cardstock. Again, the thin cardstock, because you don't want the thick for this. It's going to get too bulky. That measure 1.5 by 3 1/4. It's 1.5 by 3 1/4. You're going to score at 3/4, right in the center. Then I stamp from the same greeting, you're somebody's blessing. I stamp that at the bottom. Now place this back, oh, window sheet here. Place this back at 3/4, where you score. You're going to place that here. And just go right in the center. And just cut, I cut about 1 to 2 there, just a little bit. Oops, was off maybe a little bit. Here we go. Now this is going to be here. I'm going to keep that down. Now for this, we will take, I like to use a very fine ribbon. And for this, I find the seam binding, the white seam binding work lovely for this. You're going to take your seam binding, you're going to pass this here. Like I said, I did different one, and I find this was the easiest one. I'm going to just spread that a little bit so I get a nice loop at the top. I want it to show kind of a loop there. And that's plenty long there. Open this up here. And I'm putting fast fuse. Now we get the new glue that's similar to that. It's what it's called. I cannot think of the name right now. Or you can use tear and tape. You want to put glue all the way at the bottom here. I mean each side. Oh, that's not good. Let's go back here. It's stuck on my finger. See, right now I'm fighting with the glue. Okay, we're going to do this here. Okay, let me reach for my scissors here. Here we go. Okay, let's pass this here. I'll make sure I don't have no glue. Here we go. Okay, now I'm going to pull that. Now we're going to, oh dang it. We're going to get it. Here we go. The other one, let me tell you, I didn't fight with that. I was just lucky maybe, or this time somebody's pulling my leg here. Okay, now we're going to take the watercolor paper. It's very important, watercolor paper. Right at the top, I'm going to add more glue right here, just right at the top. Now you're going to put that, I want to make sure that I got enough ribbon there. You're going to put that right at the top here in the center. Oh my goodness. Okay, today it's not my day to pass the ribbon there. You know what? Let's do this here. Let's do another piece. I think I get glue on it and then we're going to get upset. I'm going to fold this in two. Pull this here. And I won't add more glue on top of it. How about that? Okay, that's too long. Okay, now I got a nice little loop. I just want to put that in the center here. Okay, that's about right. Now we're going to take this one and we're going to fold this right there. You see it's off a bit. It's because, you know, we trim each side. We're going to trim this part in a minute here. Here we go. Now this part here, going to go at the top of this one. You want to make sure that it matches perfectly because this we cannot redo. So you want to match this perfectly. You don't want to glue, you don't want to add absolutely no glue in between because this needs to stay free. So when we're going to do the sliding, now we're going to put glue right here at the top. And then we're going to fold this. I bet you can see where we're going now with this. Now what you can do, it's look in the back and you can see a bit here it's off. So first thing I'm going to do, yes, I like to remove the excess of the ribbon so it's nothing in the way when we're going to do the sliding. The seam binding is very static. It's going to just stay right on top of you. See? Here we go. So now I'm just going to look in the back and see if it's not just straight, and then remove this, and then I can cut this right here. Boom. Now this one, that look all good. Gonna close this. Boom. So now it's done. So now we got our magic. This is our magic here. Put it that way. That is done, and you see this is opening. It's free. You want this free to open all the way here. Now, before we attach this one, we want to make sure that it's sliding easy. So you see, that's why you needed a little bit on each side to pull. And this seemed to be very good. Now, to make it easier to slide, I find it easier if my corners are rounded so it don't hit on the side. Put that in your rounder corner. And punch, and again on the rounder corner you want to make sure you push it all the way, and you put pressure right with your palm of your hand at the end here because you push watercolor paper and window sheet. Now we're going to take this is going to go at the top there. Sometime I need to do a little sliver. Let's see. See here, I need to do a little sliver there. And what I mean by that is just the top because we get the two. So I'm going to take my paper cutter here. I'm going to put it, and when I mean a sliver, I'm going to do like 1/8 of an inch there. And I'm going to cut that right there. It's more like 1/4 of an inch almost, right? And this here, the reason why I don't want to see the top at all in the front of the card. I just want to see the ribbon. voila. Now it's pushing down all the way. So now we are able to glue this. So we're going to put that there, put that there. I like to use my fast fuse, or like the tape, the new tape that we got there. This video it's done before our new catalog was ready to order this stuff. So, or you can use tear and tape. Okay. Now this is glued very well, and see, and the battery went dead, and you see the front match very lovely. And see, when I pull, the first time it can be tricky. If you see it's a little bit too tight when you move it, push it, then you can trim more. But this is very good here. And I pull, voila. So you want it, that's why you see you don't want too heavy of a cardstock. Let me do one trick here. That's going to be with the bone folder. You're going to make sure this here, it's all the way flat, that it don't grab at all. Okay, now we're going to take this. You're going to take the back, going to go in the back there. You're going to slide that in between your sheet, in the center there, like this. And you're going to push that. Et voila. Whoops. And you got it. Now, I put that on a card front. I put that on a long one, so that means it measures 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Score at 4 1/4. That I didn't score, and I'm gonna score because I don't like it when it's not score. So score at 5 1/2. Oh yeah, I got one right here. Silly me. And my piece of black, my layer of the back in the black, measure 5 1/4 by 4. It's going to go right at the top, and I embossed that with the 3D script. Now I'm going to take this, put that, let's make sure, if you see it's don't go down enough, we can cut a little bit more, but no, I think that's good. Yeah. We're going to put glue in the back. That I would say tear and tape, or the super glue, the new glue that we got there. We're going to put that right here. Et voila. And this one, I added a little bow, and this one I didn't. So, and voila. See, this is the one we done, and when you pull, you get your magic. This is it, my friend. And now you get your bigger piece, and you can slide it very easy. See, when you don't hold this piece, because when you hold this piece, you tight on each side without noticing it. So that was another reason why I wanted to do on another card. It's easy to pull up and down. And then at the end of this video here, you're going to see the bigger one here. See, I got, it's not this pattern, I mean not this flower, another one. I did many of them. I'm going to put it at the end of this video. But this one, I find it easier to slide up and down, because you get a place to grab without pushing, holding the paper there. So this is my magical card, my friend. I hope you enjoyed this. And again, all supplies that I use will be listed right below in my blog, and you can shop 24/7. Thank you so much, and have a lovely day. Bye-bye for now.